Hey friends, I hope you are doing well. If you're new here, glad to have you. If you're returning, then you know a lot about what we've been talking about here with Vinco Ventures. So I'm going to end out the week here talking about Vinco Ventures yet again. So yesterday I said, hey, I know this is going to ruffle some feathers, but listen, Vinco Ventures could do one of two things right now that we know it does, and we've seen it do time and time again, where Vinco Ventures can have a 50% increase or it can have a 50% decrease. And today, Vinco Ventures did just that, except the bad one. It had a huge decrease. And, you know, today, the overall market, we didn't see much from the market. Cryptos kicked the bucket yet again. Stocks, growth stocks especially, everything we've, you know, this is kind of the first rough week we've had in the market here. What are we talking, 4 weeks now? Of course it's coming now when we have Vinco Ventures, you know, back in, and it's bad timing. But what we're looking at right now with Vinco Ventures, obviously volume's down and kind of a lot of the hype is dying out. Like I said, do not look for articles, analysts' opinions to really say good things about Vinco Ventures. But today we saw a huge sell-off across the board of Vinco Ventures. It could not keep up today whatsoever, and it just got tore apart and it lost a lot of its steam. Now, you know, positives with this is that, yeah, it's back up. It's had a tremendous week. There's a lot of you that have made a lot of money. I know a lot of you sold out at the high 40s when you were buying at the 70, 80, 90s, and you've made a pretty penny. Now, the question is, are we going to see Vinco Ventures go back up? You know, Vinco Ventures, like I've said a million times, this is one of those stocks to where it's, you know, you're talking about an organic movement on the stock, and then you're talking about how a lot of people think this is going to have a huge pull up on it to where it's going to hit some, big number. Now, when it comes to the organic push on Vinco Ventures, you know, seeing the stock move up more, Vinco Ventures, I will say this, yes, we've lost a lot of ground, and it's the company's had a lot of mixed direction and things did not go right. But Vinco Ventures, I think a lot of us, if we've been here at least 6 months to a year, we know that Vinco Ventures moves heavily on good news, and it moves heavily in a very fast pace, time, to where this thing could open up Monday at 116 and close the day at a 170. We've seen this movement with Vinco Ventures playing in the past. So, friends, to end the week here, I don't want to make this a long, drawn-out video. We've talked about a lot of things. There's no real new news at this point, so I don't want to bore anybody. But going into Monday of next week, obviously, I believe Vinco Ventures will have a more run here. I do believe that. What the market's going to look like next week, that right now, I'm not so sure. I hope the market comes back here and we continue to see some slow gaining back what we had even a year ago, 2 years ago almost at this point. But we'll have to get to that point. So I'll say this about Vinco Ventures. Like I've said in the past, do not put a single dollar in Vinco Ventures if you are not willing to lose it. I will say that, and I will say it time and time again. I know people hate when I say that, but you have to be aware of what you're putting your money into right now with Vinco Ventures and what most investors are relying on with Vinco Ventures. A lot of investors right now are not shooting for a long-term placement in Vinco Ventures. They're shooting for Vinco Ventures having a massive jump up, with this now being in a meme stock category and hoping this to look like a mini AMC situation. And as most people, and with some people saying even bigger. But like I said, be very careful if you're just living paycheck to paycheck and you don't have money to lose. I would say be very careful to Vinco Ventures. It can make you a lot of money, but it can too, just like we've seen this week, it can lose you a lot of money. So, bullet points of what I think about Vinco Ventures. I still think there's a lot of meat left on the bone here with what's going to happen. Investors are still pumped up about it. We had a bad day in the market. It's not the end of the world. We've been here before. Vinco Ventures, I'm positive that will just have a slow build up or a fast build up here, once again like we've seen in the past. And hey, we're above $1. This is great. We've ended the week at least $1. We didn't have to do that, but we kept $1, and that's really big. So friends, like I said, there's no real new news. We're watching these calls, we're watching these puts, we're watching the market, and we're watching what's going to happen here with Vinco Ventures, and this is a very unique situation with the stock from the past to now, the present, with what's going on with it. So next week, really dive back into it. Friends, I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I really do mean that, and I will talk to you very soon. Best of luck to everyone with Vinco Ventures. I really hope the best for all of you with whatever position you have. Talk to you later, friends. Bye-bye.